Hi guys, this is Soel, and I'm here in Brooklyn with the InsideMind crew. Wow, I'm from Milan, Italy. I grew up in a really nice neighborhood, so I'm not really that kind of artist that started like in a really tough neighborhood. And yeah. Well, it's different from other places. I mean, it's tough when you want to achieve your goals and your dreams, but let's say it's more easier than other places in the world, you know. So that's how it's like. Well, I didn't realize it yet, to be honest. I mean, it's a passion, you know, and I think you have to just work hard and don't think you will. You think you will arrive to that point, you know what I mean? I think you don't have to realize that you are actually doing music. That's what it is. It's just a dream, you know. That's what it is. Well, I didn't study music, all right, and just like doing. You start and do mistakes, and with doing mistakes, you learn, you know. So step by step, you achieve, you know, some sort of knowledge, you know. So I think it's just a matter of hard work. That's what it is. Well, that's funny because last week I had a gig in south of Italy. I was talking with the actual musician about it, and I think it's nice to study, all right, but sometimes it stops your creativity, you know. So certain things that maybe for me sounds good, but certain musician can't do it because maybe it sounds not too melodic or right for them. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's just it stops your creativity. You know, like starting actual music. You know. Well, my background. Well, I'm that kind of artist that I'm pretty lucky because my father used to collect vinyl cassettes and I grew up with really nice music, you know, country, rock, black rock music, blues and stuff like that. So I was lucky, let's say. But I'm really inspired about orchestra music, you know, the classical one. I'm really passionate about it, you know. Movies. I'm a movie eater, and you know, I just eat a lot of movies every week. You know, I'm that kind of weirdo that when I finish a movie, I just track who did the soundtrack and keep checking all their stuff. You know, they did. You know, so I'm that kind of person. You know, I'm a nerd. That kind of shit. What's around me? I'm that kind of person that is really inspired by what's around me. For example, when I used to live here in New York, I used to wake up really early in the morning and go with my laptop and headphones and two drum machines with me and go to the Brooklyn Bridge or the Queens Bridge and start like 5 a.m. doing things, you know? Just stuff, you know. Just I'm really inspired by what's around me, you know. So that's where, and also movies, as I said. Yes, I just actually, yeah, I had um a discussion about it with Recondite, you know, and he bought these headphones that you can actually use because they're like they have some sort of, I don't know how you call them, like the one with the silent not noise, with the noise cancellation, and it's pretty nice actually to be up there in the sky and produce music with those headphones. Yeah, so I just bought them. So actually it's like 1 year that I started to produce in the air, which is nice. It's very nice. I'm not that kind of person that sit in the studio and force myself to do something, it doesn't work like that. You don't sit in the studio and say, today I'm making a hit. It doesn't work like that. So I'll just sit in the studio and produce music when I'm inspired, and when I'm not, I just make loops, because I'm sure in the future I will use them again. So that's why I have a lot of art discs, I keep just saving stuff. I have pretty much more or less 36 hours of music. There's various genre, still, it's electronic stuff, but it's different, like from ambient to techno to really hard techno. So yeah, I produce a lot of stuff. So I met Recondite 3 years ago, 3 years ago, yeah. It was in Milano, I think. I guess so. Yes, I was in Milano. So I introduced myself. I was very polite because I really like him, because he's really genius. The studio is a genius. So I asked him politely if I could send him some stuff, So from there started everything. I released on his label, which I think probably is one of my best releases yet. And from there, because Recondite sent to Adriatique some of my EP on Plangent, which is the label of Recondite. Recondite sent to Adriatique my stuff, and we started from there talk, because they played my stuff. And from there started my relationship with them, So it's a step-by-step thing, Well, it's really important, I think, to when you compose, when you write a track, to let it sound like, this is kind of one thing I learned from watching an interview actually of Pharrell Williams. He was in the studio. One of those interviews he did, in the studio with a bunch of his artists, is that you have to be meticulous. You have to all the stuff you produce have to be clear, and make sure everybody out there listen to that kind of frequencies. So it's really important that the sound is really clean and people out there understand it, So it's really important, I think. So I think when you produce a track, you also have to improve yourself and keep learning by yourself, or just go to school, to mixing and mastering schools, and learn to produce clean sounds, so people out there could understand it. You know what I mean? Well, I think I can't give advices to people, There's things that do artists with big egos. I think just big artists, for example, I just got in on the agency with Derek May, which is a huge honor, and I think just those kind of artists can give advices to other people. That's my opinion, I think I'm no one to give advices to other people, but the unique thing I should say is that keep working hard. You know what I mean? Because if you don't work and you try to find ways to arrive to certain points, you will not arrive. Or if you do this just for money, you won't arrive anywhere, Wow, movies, food. I love like I think food, like music, it's an experience, So when I'm in certain cities, I like to go check local restaurants and see what people in those cities eat. Like I like to eat local stuff, So I think food. Then did I say movies? Of course. Did I say movies already? What else? Traveling. Traveling helps you a lot, I think. I think traveling is another thing. Yeah. That's funny because I started pretty much 10 years ago, just going to party and everything, And I supposed to start to work for an oil company in Milan in the Middle East, but I don't have an Arab knowledge on writing and reading, so that's why I choose another path. No, actually, I always was in love with music, but you know. Well, there's only one. Well, two persons, two composers, Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL. And the electronic music scene, I think David August is a real genius. Real genius. As I said before, I think nobody will please you. You have to go through a lot of shit to learn a lot of stuff, you know. Otherwise, if everything is fine and beautiful, and you wouldn't learn anything, you know. So I think you need those bad moments to appreciate the good ones. Hi guys, thank you so much for watching this episode, and you can follow me on all my social media and my website and on my agency website, Transmat Agency. Thank you.